Hello, this is Read, Rant, Repeat, the show where we meet to discuss, dissect, and theorize about the current reads of the Bookmark Besties Book Club. I'm your host, Megan, and for this week's book club meeting, my co-host Arian and I are discussing chapters 16 through 23 of Bride by Allie Hazelwood. If you're not up to speed yet, to avoid spoilers, check out our recent episodes to read along and join the discussion. This episode, Arian partners up with Google University to give me a lesson on werewolf anatomy. So let's get into it. Welcome to the club. How is it? Is it still cold? Is it cold up there for you guys?
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
It's still like 48 degrees. I've got the window open. It's so great.
I wore shorts this morning, and when I went outside, I was like, I'm not prepared.
A little crispy.
Look,
I'm here for it.
okay, so we'll start with my questions that I have.
Yeah. Yes.
What if your phone could talk back? What would it roast you for first?
So it would definitely roast me for, I do that thing where I always tap the screen to see if I have notifications, or I'll open it and then just not do anything. So I constantly will catch myself doing that. But what it would probably roast me for the most is I text with the swipe text. I don't know if you've ever used that, but I remember when that came out, like I was probably still in college when it came out, the like swipe to text. And I was like, oh, this is handy, like one hand texting, whatever. And I've used it ever since. And I don't think
Same.
I've met. Oh, you have?
I use the swipe to text thing. It's so much easier.
I think I brought it up to my husband one time and he was like, nobody uses that. And so I've just like used it quietly ever since. Like I've never told anybody.
It's so easy. It makes it so much easier, though.
Okay, good. So he's the weird one, not me.
Yeah, it's not you.
Do you do that? Do you do that like constantly checking your phone for notifications though?
Oh, I don't check for notifications because I don't know. I'm usually on my phone already, so I don't have to check it for notifications. I'm already on it, so I'm just like see them all pop in when I'm trying to play my games on there or reading.
Yeah, that's true. I also do the thing where I will see a notification come in if I'm on my phone, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah," or like mentally be like, "Yeah, got it done." And then I just like never go actually like respond to it at all. So I'm notoriously like that bad texter that I have to remind myself all the time to go check my text messages because I'll like mentally reply to somebody but not actually reply to them.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, next question. What if you could only speak in sound effects? What would your go-to ones be?
I just think of that episode of SpongeBob where they're cursing and all their curse words are different sound effects, and that's what I think it would be. It would just be like the library of sound effects from SpongeBob.
I like that. If you had to swap lives with one of your pets, what would your day look like?
Well, so I have three cats, and they are all just little menaces. And I promise, like, I talk about them like they're the bane of my existence, but I promise I do love them so very much, but they're little assholes. And so my day, I would probably wake up at the ass crack of dawn at like, the sun's not even up yet, and sprint a couple laps around my house and then pass out in the sun where the sun comes in my sliding doors, and then we're just going to lay there for the whole day. If anybody leaves the room, I'm going to grab the closest soft squishy thing in my mouth and I'm going to scream like I'm being chased. And then and then I'm probably, as soon as the sun goes down, I'm probably going to go commit crimes. All three of them. This could be any of my three cats. They're all menaces. What about okay, last I knew you didn't have any pets. Is that still the case?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No pets for us. What if every time you sneezed, confetti came out?
I would probably be very fun at children's parties.
You'd probably
But
just
I
be fun
would
all the time.
all the time. I would not be very fun at funerals, I feel like. But I would definitely use it at the most inappropriate moments. I think it would be fun to just spray somebody with confetti when they're not expecting it.
I feel like they're just, I sneeze so many times when I do sneeze. I feel like my house would just fill up with confetti. Maybe I'd start like a business from it and like sell it. And like no one would know that it's actually like my snot.
There's the girl boss.
Hmm.
I That's awesome. Yeah, that's right. You sneeze like 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I sneeze once, and I always see people joke about how it's like the dad sneeze is like the really loud, like jump scare. That's me, unfortunately. I sneeze one time, and it's always like I'm like really loud, and I apologize to anybody that has to hear me sneeze.
How like scary would that be? Like, 'cause if it's just loud like that, then all of a sudden you like sneeze and it's just ah, and like hey, just once. I just feel like that would be more alarming than just "Achoo, achoo, achoo."
Yeah, it is. And I sometimes think about how I'm like, maybe like, should I try to like make it? I wonder if I try to make it quiet, if I could make it. And I don't think I can. Like, I think it's one of those things that they say if you hold in a sneeze, you're going to like burst your brain cells or something.
I always think about that too, or your eyeballs will pop out or something.
Yeah. You know that scene? Did you ever watch? I was gonna say WandaVision. It's not that. It's the one with her though. The kind of like Marvel movie that was kind of a horror about Wanda. Shoot, which one am I thinking of? The Scarlet Witch, right?
I
Is
don't
that what
think
it was?
I don't think I ever saw it.
It was good because it was a different like type of Marvel movie. It's like her story, of course, after like the WandaVision TV shows, and shit's like her villain origin story basically. But it was like they decided to do like a horror movie take on it, where it was like more scary than any other Marvel movie. But anyways, there's this one guy, this one superhero that we meet that he has like ultrasonic like voice, like he can destroy things with his voice basically, and she like seals his like gets rid of his mouth, and then he like blows his brain out.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus, that would
it's
suck.
probably yeah, it was probably like the most like oh my god like part of the movie that I remember where I was like damn they really went for it like.
Sorry.
Anyways, that's what happens
Um,
if you hold your sneeze, kids.
your brain explodes. What if you could teleport but only to gas stations?
I think that would actually be kind of convenient, wouldn't it? At least here in the US because there's gas stations everywhere.
Yeah,
Like I could
sometimes
I
like
could
grocery stores.
yeah, like if I needed anything I could go to the gas station, but I felt like if I needed to go somewhere, I could just teleport to the gas station. Like I got to go to the grocery store, I'll just teleport to the gas station that's right in front of it and then just walk across the parking lot. So it's like fairly convenient, right?
Can you teleport back home, or do you have to go back to the gas station?
Oh, true. I assume it would just be the gas station, so that you better live close to one.
Yeah.
And then just walk. My old house used to live close to a gas station. It was a really shady one, but I could just teleport and run, right?
Yeah.
With my hands full of groceries from my trip. Do you know the video? Do you know the video I'm talking about with the girl holding the 2 bags?
Bags, and she's like, yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'd like it. Sign me up.
Okay, so let's get into our chapters for this week, which was Bride, chapters 16
Yes.
through 23.
Yes. I'm excited. I think I had to stop because I was like just blazing through it this time. I was like, "Oh my god, we got some stuff happening."
Right.
The good stuff.
Okay, so we start back in chapter 16. We're still like meeting Emery, and this is like the next day.
Yep. Yeah, cuz we start there. We start where they have just arrived at Emery's place, her house, whatever, for that meeting.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your thoughts with with these chapters that we read?
Well, let me check my notes. I first of all it was like these excerpts, the little like snippets from him at the beginning of the chapters are starting to get like very steamy. I was like, okay, loving it.
Uh,
The first part was the bath scene, right? Like she's
yeah.
in the bath and he walks in and they try to make it like it's not awkward, but they're also Yeah, they didn't succeed very well.
Mm-mm.
So that was, I thought, cute. So they definitely are like building up with these little like moments where they're like, just
Mhm.
them together in suggestive situations. So I'm like, we're building up to something pretty quick. But my favorite was their first, I think, meal. It was whatever dinner with Emery, and their plan is to go like plant the whatever
The
device in
USB
her
thing.
computers to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And so they have this plan like, okay, you're going to pretend like you need to feed, so we're going to leave and then we're going to go to her office and plant. And you always know, of course, that something's going to go on, right? And I told you I was waiting for the bite me moment
Hmm.
and I got it. So
I was
they
waiting.
go, ah, yeah, they go to Emery's office to plant the USB, and somebody's coming, and so they had to stage a quick like, oh, make it look like we just ran into the first room we saw. And instead of the whole like, oh, kiss me, which it usually is, right? It's like, oh, kiss me, we'll make it look like it was bite me. And I was like,
Yeah, we love
hell
it.
yeah. Oh yeah. So let's see, she drinks his blood, and she's never fed from a human before, not a human, but like a living being before. So she's like, oh, what's going on? This is
This
super weird. I'm going to
is
talk to my brother about it. I was like, his reaction was how I was. I'm like, I don't. You don't have to ask me. Oh, you're a twin. How would you feel if your brother came to you and was like, hey, I just had this really weird like experience. Let me ask you some questions.
I'd be that like picture of that like weird fox thing that's like, you know, it's just like,
Yes.
well, I guess we could talk about it because I want to see you through this, but maybe we won't
Yeah.
talk to each other for a few days.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I thought that was very silly. But then he's like, Lo is like super into it. And I think this is where we start to see, because we were talking about how he clearly knows that it's a mate, like it's a mate situation, like he feels the mating bond, but because she's not a werewolf, she doesn't feel it. And so I think that this is where we get the idea that she also is feeling some kind
Um,
of bond, like the vampire
Equivalent.
equivalent.
Yeah, we love it.
So okay, but it did hint at, so when she was talking to her brother, he said something along the lines of like, maybe it used to be that way with vampires, like mating bonds existed or something like that, but they had to stop doing that because it was impractical, that they needed to prioritize reproducing than meeting your like soulmate.
Yeah,
And so,
because
which
isn't it
is
harder
a
for them
super weird.
to? Well, isn't it? Didn't they say it was like harder for them to like have children or something?
Yeah, yep, that's the whole thing. And I think that's pretty common in vampire lore. Am I right? That I always
I
feel like
think
I
so
always
too.
hear fae, yeah, and vampires are like always notoriously hard to reproduce. And so I guess in this world, their solution was to like have all kinds of partners, and then you would be most likely to be successful in having children.
Okay, so they have that moment, and then they end up having to leave because Anna's sick, and
Yeah.
Misery helps because she grew up with a human sister, and everyone was freaking out because Anna's half wolf, half were, half human, and so they're not used to her ever getting sick because they don't really get sick.
Right.
Uh, and so she helps with that, and then more
I have
bonding.
a question. Is okay, is it like a normal werewolf? I'm less familiar with like werewolf lore and stuff than vampires. I was always Team Edward instead of Team Jacob. So, but do you? Is it normal, like a normal thing, or like werewolf lore that they don't get sick? Is that a normal thing?
A lot of times, that's what I've seen. It's like they don't, or like any
Okay.
sort of supernatural, they don't get normal human sicknesses.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I Yeah, I read that and I was like, I understand like human illnesses, they'd be like, I don't understand that. But it made it seem like they don't ever get any kind of sick. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've never heard that.
I'm trying to think of like other things. Most of the time when I am like seeing stuff like that, it's like, well, we should be careful. Like, if you sleep around, like, how do you know? And then, like, if someone has something or not, and they're like, we're not susceptible to your human things or whatever. That's the most of the time that I
Yeah.
hear it.
No STDs here.
No, yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, I was just like, that's a new one for me. I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah.
And then,
So
so
Anna gets sick, but then like, did it seem weird to you, like the way that everyone was acting after she got sick? Maybe not everyone, but like the people in his like seconds.
what do you mean? Like how?
Like I wrote down that I was like, people were being suspicious, like they're trying to figure out what to do, right? And then Misery pipes up, like you said, and was like, well, I had a human sister, and so like I understand how to take care of humans when they're sick. But then like I always forget the second, the
Do you
girl,
know?
the female.
Do you know?
Juno, yeah. I think she was like, she was kind of like, okay, like, let's find the best option. And then Mick is suddenly like insisting that he like take her to human territory, which I think she made a note that it seemed a little bit odd, but then didn't dwell on it. But I was just like, why is he suddenly acting weird? And then
Yeah.
someone's being intentionally, I think, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm suspicious.
Because then Misery gets sick.
Yeah, yeah. So with Misery getting sick, they said it was specifically, it was poison. Like poison was put in the peanut butter that she was eating. They believe it was meant to target Anna because she's the only other one that eats that peanut butter. So Misery was kind of just like an unfortunate accident, but like,
But was she because it's her peanut butter that's in her fridge, right? Isn't that the only other thing in her
yeah,
fridge?
yeah. Was it in her like blood fridge? That's a
I don't,
good point.
I
I
thought
didn't.
so.
It definitely said she took it out of the fridge. I assumed it was the main fridge and not the fridge for her blood, but it could have been. Oh, yeah, so I open my fridge and take out the jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, it's her peanut butter. Because didn't he get her own or something? So
Yeah,
like,
maybe. I don't
but but like, so she's saying, well, it was also meant for Anna, but also like, if it is still like targeting Misery? And she's
true.
just
Yeah.
she's always super unaware of like herself, like low liking her and stuff like that, and like, oh, it's probably because they're after Anna, but it could be because they're after her.
Yeah, that's a good point cuz yeah, they said that like, oh, they were probably targeting Anna because Anna got sick and they know that, people have been trying to get to her in the past. But yeah, I didn't catch that. It was peanut butter that was specifically in her fridge. And so why would they be after Anna with peanut butter that's in Misery's fridge?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good catch. Well, so I think Mick is being suspicious all of a sudden,
Hmm.
which is interesting because we've never had any reason to suspect him until this point. But he was like, I just thought it was interesting that that Mick was so like insistent that he take Anna to human territory. And it wasn't even the way he phrased it. It wasn't even like, oh, we should take her or Lo, you should take her. He was like, I'll take her and bring her right back. And I'm like,
Mm.
mm, there's a mole in this organization and he's suddenly insisting that he take Anna by himself. I was like, I don't know.
Suspicious.
It feels fishy.
Hmm. I
So,
agree.
but it's kind of sad though because Mick is the one that he lost his wife and son.
Yeah,
Is that
but
right?
also I feel like that would be a good motivator if you lost your mate.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I was like, it could be. And he's just kind of got everybody fooled. Or, you know,
Well, didn't she
I don't
say
know.
his heart was beating weird? Like when she first met him, it was like beating like it was like dissonant or like it sounded sick.
Oh,
So I wonder if
I
he's
don't
just
know.
like ruled by his heartbreak or something.
Yeah, I could imagine. He probably is. I think that if anybody has motive to, be doing something disloyal, I feel like it would be Mick. I just am curious cuz well, wait, wasn't Is he the one that was the only one of Roscoe's seconds that is still alive? Is that Mick? Because didn't he say that he was the only one of Roscoe's seconds that didn't try to kill him?
Maybe.
I thought that was him. Oh yeah. Each second reports to the alpha. After Roscoe, new seconds were elected, which means the most of them are as new to this as I am. Mick is the only one who kept his position. You mean he's the only one who didn't try to kill you? Yep. He and his mate were close friends of my mother. Shannon used to be a second too.
But that would.
So he and Mick and Shannon were very close with his mom, and he says, I didn't kill the mate of the man who used to change my diapers. They taught us how to ride bikes and track prey. So like very close with Mick and Shannon, but which is why we assume he didn't try to kill Lo, and that Lo kept him as a second. But at the same time,
He's playing the long game.
yeah, I feel like it just maybe shows he's got a lot of mixed feelings going on, maybe, and so that might be like clouding his judgment and questioning his loyalties.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad though. He seems like a sweet kind of like, he almost strikes me as like a cute little grandpa character that's like, he's the one that's been around for a long time and is like old wizened man, but like sad because his mate has died.
Seemed when I was thinking of him, like when they were explaining him, I imagined like a Charlie from Twilight with like longer
Oh
kind of graying hair. That's what I imagined
yeah, I could see it.
with a
Yeah.
big gray.
Yeah, he's just seen some shit, it sounds like. And
Um,
so I could understand if he was the mole cuz his motives are there, but it would still be, I feel like it would be a sad revelation more than like a he betrayed me.
yeah. Okay, so we have that, and then we go into this whole like thing of Lo and Misery. Just they're like we like each other,
Yeah, and
and then
it's
that
kind of
was
like
like
it just turns into like yeah, well, might as well give into it kind of thing versus, at least for her. For him, I'm sure it's a lot more intense, but it seemed like from her it was kind of like, well, like clearly we're attracted to each other, so
let's
we
do
should
this.
just do it. Almost like she's trying to like deny what she's feeling to herself. It almost feels like.
I feel like she
Um
always does that, like because she's been like so replaceable in her life. She does that as a way of
yeah.
like, you know, not putting too many feelings in it or being like, oh yeah, it's just for fun, but like deep inside she's like, but I love you. What did I say?
Right. Yeah, right. No, I agree. I so they clearly things get steamy. I was so confused. So tell me if I'm like missing something. The whole like they can't have sex. Like he's like anatomically like it wouldn't work. We wouldn't be compatible. And then it was trying to kind of explain why, and Misery then like understood why, but I was like sitting here like, what? I don't get it. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, because it's like,
So
doesn't he show her at the end of?
yeah, he shows her why, and it's like she understands it, but I'm sitting here like I don't get it. What do you mean? Like, does he have another appendage that was not very like very well described? Went over my head. I don't know. I read it like twice.
It's
Like I was like, what am I missing?
it's like that, like the wolf thing. It's like the knot, but I'm just like, I don't know why they
No,
wouldn't
see,
do.
that's the thing is like I don't know that. And I
Oh,
get I I think
I
that's where I'm like, what is
I've read
happening?
too many
Because
wolf sister books.
I don't know like werewolf stuff. And so I'm sitting here reading this and I'm like, there has to be something that I'm missing. So
I I
I'm glad it is.
Well, like whenever they like in any book I've read, they kind of try to describe it. I'm always like, huh? Because like I kind of vaguely understand it. It's like a protrusion that happened to like here, and then like
Okay.
to like lock you together. But I don't know why that
Oh.
would mean they're not compatible because I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So that's something I'm gonna have to look up because I don't I don't know.
Let me keep
That's
nodding.
new for me. I'm gonna go look it up, see what Google will tell me. Oh my God, I'll see what Google's AI will summarize for me, the new stuff at the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, what is knotting? And it's gonna be like,
It's just gonna be a bunch of
um,
like knots that you can create with string, like that you learned in Boy Scouts.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get real specific with
Yeah.
Google's AI.
And it's gonna be like,
Yeah, yeah. So that's okay. So I get it now. Clearly, I was missing that context, but yeah, I still don't maybe understand compatibility wise how that
it doesn't,
causes a problem, but
I feel like it's just a way for them to be like, we can't actually have sex right now to like make them draw it out more. Because to me, it doesn't make sense.
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So from a again a werewolf like lore anatomy standpoint, it don't dogs have sex by like was doggy style essentially, like, so I'm kind of trying to understand how this protrusion from underneath makes anything. I'm confusion.
Okay, hold on. I'm just double checking this. So it actually happens with dogs. They can get stuck together because they have, it's called the bulbus blandus or whatever, swell locking the two dogs together until the swelling subsides. So like
It's a real thing.
it's a real thing.
Oh shit. I'm about to Google, tell me how dogs have sex.
I just said, don't
Oh
dogs lock when
no.
mating? That's what my Google search. AI is
This
probably
is what
like,
people mean. This is what people mean when they say clear my search history, right? Like nobody wants
yeah,
to be like, why was she googling how dogs have sex? Okay, well, the more you know.
yeah.
I have always been a vampire girly, but I'm learning about werewolves. This is my werewolf arc.
See, I just recently found out that that's a real thing for dogs because I was like scrolling through TikToks and it was just like this dog pulling around like another dog from its like yeah. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck's happening? And then they're like, oh, that happens when sometimes when they mate and they try to like move
That's
around too quickly.
insane.
I'm like, what? I did not know. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I learned something new today. I still think I'm a cat person. we'll just we'll just say that. Unless you tell me that it also happens to cats, and then I don't know what to say.
I don't know. I don't want to search anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm done Googling. Okay, well, hey, that clears that up for me. Thank you so much.
I got you.
So they'll have to overcome that hurdle at some point. I'm sure we'll figure out how that happens. I
I'm
just
sure
okay, now how long does it take to go down? Is it like a long time? Or
every story is different.
okay. All right. Okay. That basically brings us well, okay, no. So then because she's talking with Owen about everything, and then what did he reveal? He told her that she. Oh shoot, I didn't write it down, so I can't remember. What did Owen reveal to her? Something about Serena.
Yeah, it was something having to do with like, didn't that have to do with the governor, Davenport?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the other thing is they went to visit, have dinner, I guess, with Governor Davenport, and we find out that he's kind of a scumbag, but also we learn more about Anna's father, which yeah, we weren't really sure was going to be important or not, but turns out it is. So he was a human that apparently got around a bit and was also kind of an asshole. But there was some shady stuff happening with him. Is his name Thomas?
I think so. Thomas
Okay.
Jalakis.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So some weird shady shit was happening between Thomas or with Thomas and Governor Davenport. Embezzlement, maybe some other stuff. But then we know, got Lo and Anna's mom pregnant to have Anna, but also maybe others because he was like, I don't know, sleeping around.
And and the reason Serena is involved is because she interviewed him.
Right. Yeah. And so we're still wondering, right, if it was he who contacted Serena or if it was Serena that contacted. So we're still not clear on who knew about Anna,
Mhm.
right? Like that hasn't been cleared up. But now Misery's having to like confront the fact that she might have not known Serena as well as she thought. Because she's like, if she knew about Anna and some of this stuff and didn't tell Misery, then she might have had some secrets she didn't know about. The plot thickens.
Yes.
Right up until oh yeah, so that's what Owen said. But then right up until the end, which was so they're meeting. Lo also planned a meeting with Owen. What were they meeting about again?
Let's see, they go shopping for a gift for the governor.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, and then maybe Serena found out about Anna from another source and then used the information to blackmail Thomas over his relationship with a Were to force him to tell her about financial crimes.
Well, yeah, he said he talked to the council, who obviously because they were afraid that there would be war. Once we were sure you would pull through, Admiral pointed out to the council that the poison is toxic to wares too. Since you ingested it through were food, it's unlikely it was meant for you to begin with. That's probably where I was like, oh, it wasn't for him. But then, yeah, okay. But then somebody like Mick, who is close to her, would be one of the only people that knows that she eats that food.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, otherwise, yeah, if it was an outsider that was trying to poison Anna, or sorry, if it was an outsider that was trying to poison her, they wouldn't know they would poison a blood bag. They wouldn't know that she would eat the food.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes sense that they think it was intended for Anna, but let's see. Oh, yeah. Your friend's apartment was broken into 3 days ago. So, oh, there's more. Owen had something important, but I can't talk about it on the phone, so we need to meet in person. So, okay, so Owen needs to talk with her in person, on the phone. That's why they're meeting. We got there. So, yeah, so they go to meet Owen after they met with Governor Davenport, threatened him, and found out that he was doing some shady shit with Anna's dad. They go to meet with Owen, and we end right where they get out of the car. And it's not just Owen, it's also Lo's mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Were collateral. So I feel like this has got to be the moment when she realizes that this other Were is not actually her mate.
Yeah.
What if Owen is screwing around with the Were, just like she's screwing around with Lo? That'd be a plot twist.
That would be a plot twist. I wonder if he would though, because he was very much like, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's unlikely, but I was like, ooh, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? I don't know what other thing. So we know Anna's apartment was broken into, but I don't know like what other, by who. Someone is trying to poison Misery. And I don't know like what my theory is at this point. Like,
I know there's so many different questions because we're like coming in together to like the last point. So it's like right before we just have a ton of questions before they get answered.
Yeah. Like, so there's something connecting Anna and Serena, but we don't know what. I had a thought that like maybe, because like why is Serena going after Thomas, but being secretive about it? Because she apparently like it's her thing that she interviews like finance people and trying to blackmail him. I'm very curious, but I was like, there's something connecting them, but we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
if I have a strong theory going into the
I don't like
this. What do you think?
I'm just like waiting to read the rest because there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, it was a pretty like stopping point wise. I was like, man, I picked a good stopping point to be like, oh my god, what the hell's happening next? But God, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, because I don't have any strong theories, but I do think we're gonna. I mean, obviously, this last section is the last part of the book, so we're gonna figure out. I feel like Emery's pack. I don't know. I feel like that's the obvious like culprit, and so I feel like it's gonna be something else. Like I feel like there's gonna be someone else behind it. Maybe they'll pull like a really, I don't know, like a twist, and it'll be Misery's dad like behind it or something like that, like some kind of like thing that we haven't really been expecting, because I feel like the obvious like enemy up until this point has been Emery and like Roscoe's old pack, and so I feel like it would be too obvious if they were the ones coordinating like everything.
Her,
So
his,
I feel like
her
we're gonna
dad
find
pretty
out
much,
it's something else.
I mean, her dad hates her for killing her mom and, so.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, we know that he's kind of Misery's enemy, quote unquote, but it's a complex relationship.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But they need to figure out this anatomy problem because we need that
What? How
kind of
is that a
closure too.
problem? Like,
I don't understand.
I don't get it. If it works
We're gonna
for
learn that it's
Where,
not a problem.
yeah, pretty much. Oh, goodness. All right. So
So,
next time is Night and the Moth and like the rest of the chapters, right? We finished the book.
yep, gonna finish Night and the Moth for next week, and then finish this book for the week after. So very excited. And then it'll be time to start some new books. And then I think, yeah, going forward, I think we'll probably split it up into larger sections so that we don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't. I think we can fit more content into each week, so we'll split them up into 2 parts instead of 4 for each book. So
Cool.
please like, subscribe, and tune in on Wednesdays for new episodes. And check us out on YouTube for the video of this episode if you care to see our faces. We want to hear from you. Join the discussion in the comments below or join the club on Patreon to engage with other members and get exclusive benefits. How are you liking the book so far? Leave your thoughts, predictions, and theories, and you just might hear them on our next episode. Thanks for listening.